Go green. This is something we've all heard at least once in our lives, encouraging us to start living a more sustainable lifestyle, one that is better for the earth and better for life on earth in the grand scheme of things. However, there are two sides to this coin. After all, if green innovation is so great, many people ask, why hasn't the world as a whole adopted these methods already? Why is it only a slightly growing trend among some people labeled active green consumers? Let's talk about that and this so called great divide with green innovation. If you're unfamiliar with the term, you may be asking yourself, what even is green consumerism and what is the active green consumer? You may already have an idea. Perhaps you've already connected that it has something to do with recycling or like practices. I can assure you that it has nothing to do with becoming a vegetarian or a vegan. Green consumerism, as defined by Science Direct, is using new production technologies that help reduce environmental risks and create an atmosphere to use resources effectively. So, things like electric cars, recycling, solar panels, and windmills, as you see on the slide pictured. An active green consumer, as defined by Driscoll and Flynn, practices purchasing decisions with a focus on the environmental impact of products. So, active green consumers go out of their way to seek out products that are marketed as environmentally friendly. They also recycle and actively practice a sustainable lifestyle. Green consumerism is a growing trend because of eco anxiety, which is something I have suffered with myself. It's defined as the extreme worry about current and future harm to the environment caused by human activity and climate change. Driscoll and Flynn say that this trend and this newfound anxiety have emerged as a response to negative effects associated with globalization, including unfair labor practices, resource depletion, and pollution. But as I stated earlier, there are two sides to this coin. For one, Join the Collective makes a point by saying that deforestation is still a problem when it comes to building solar and wind farms, thus disrupting wildlife and nature regardless of innovation. This essentially means that there will still be disruptions and losses to attain sustainability. Next, we are in a time where hyperconsumerism is booming. With things like TikTok and Amazon, we have copious amounts of stuff always a click away. And humans are creatures of comfort and habit. We love stuff and worldly comforts, or at least I do. Not to mention, the human race has been using non renewable energy sources since the dawn of time. So, a habit like that is fairly hard to break, especially when a lot of our economy is built on it. All in all, it comes down to money. Whether companies want to make it or don't want to spend it to make the sustainable switch, there's no doubt that the monetary hurdle is the hardest to face. Still, there's no doubt that green consumerism will continue to grow and non renewable energy is depleting slowly but surely. So I invite you to think more about where you fall on the spectrum. Which side of the coin do you align with more? Thank you.